Welcome everyone to a quick vlog update here in the middle of the day. I just wanted to work, but I couldn't access GitHub anymore. Access has been restricted. Just made a screenshot here, as you probably see from there just some minutes ago, 12 or 3 probably today. Access has been restricted. Too bad you want to code. Too bad you want to use our services. You have triggered a rate limit. Too much minus or dash E to power user. You have triggered a rate limit. Please wait a few minutes. Like, you worked freaking too much, right? Like, you freaking worked too much. How dare you? Please wait a few minutes before you try again. In some cases, this may take up to an hour or 2 or a day or stuff. Contact support and stuff. So what happened? So obviously you have seen it here live on this channel. I work too much, open source and stuff. And also our data bot, right? So that's probably all of our Office IP range. Also, I wonder, they probably don't do IPv6, right? And I guess it mostly happened because I probably didn't manually work, like I and my colleagues didn't work too much because we get pulled and stuff, cloned too much, but just probably our data, previous video AI bot, right? Doing here updates. So what happens, of course, when our data bot runs here, checking for updates, it's obviously scanning hundreds, or if not, actually we could check that. GitHub in all of desk word count stuff. So maybe of 1,500 packages in the meantime. And of course, when data, and that is so, but that is the issue, right? We run serious business, like one of the best Linux distributions that people want to increasingly use because it just freaking works on all the 30 plus architectures. And yeah, when you do big business, then more centralized websites. So what is the real issue here is also, like, initially, like 40 years ago, the ARPANET was not only US government and military, but the idea of the web was also decentralized, right? And that is the danger. So not only like GitHub sucks, thank you very much for preventing one of the most amazing Linux distributions and their AI bot to do their job of actually keeping security issues and packages up to date. And that is the danger of centralized web, right? Like Twitter, or how we now call it Chitter, and Facebook. And like, obviously I'm not really using Facebook. Instagram and stuff. Also, I would obviously Facebook, Instagram, and Chitter. It's of course all bullshit. Like, don't waste your time with social media and stuff. Obviously, I need to detox social media myself and get back to real vintage and retro and microkernel business. But also Google Cloud, Google Mail and stuff. And obviously, I have a Google Mail account, but I don't really use it, right? Like, I forever never really. I probably didn't even sign up early. I probably, like Google Mail, I probably signed up when it existed already 5 years or stuff. I was also like, nah, this Google is evil. I don't want centralized bullshit and stuff. I want to run my own, like professional Linux distribution, right? I want to run my own email server. And also, like, cloud storage, I use none. Like, it might surprise you. I use no cloud storage, like 0. I actually never have actually used. I mean, I have enough hard drive, right? Just store it randomly on your SG-Octane and Ultraspark and stuff, or have your own cluster or Ceph and stuff storage network, because that is the thing, right? Not only like Western Digital and other cloud services and Apple and Google. I'm not even using the 5 GB free iCloud storage, because at the end of the day it might randomly disappear, right? This is the problem of centralized stuff, right? Google might rate limit, like, you do your backup. Google might, like just the other day, right? Was it airline industry? I remember something broke last week because Google Drive or something of that sort, had a cloud, whatever, had some hidden, unannounced, like nobody knew, 5 million files. And obviously infrastructure in the cloud, airline business, whatever that was, probably shall I subscribe. Weekly security debriefing coming soon. But yeah, that is the thing, right? Centralized infrastructure. People also like, why do you not host everything at GitHub? I mean, I only have there some toy projects of Xorg and other stuff, or P3, RSX and stuff. Like, all our mission critical stuff we run on our own services, right? And I wish more people would do so. I mean, sure, at least it is there instead of someone hosting it at home on their DSL line or whatever, with some unsecured last year's FreeBSD or whatever. And sure, there is some central GitHub that at least doesn't disappear tomorrow, but might disappear eventually, right? Also, like sanctions, people got their stuff deleted for wherever they worked at, in what country, China and whatnot. And so I can't even serve it rightly, right? So what other options? I mean, there are some things to work on. I could make data slower. Actually, previously, some months ago, I embarrassingly parallelized data because it ran like for an hour, with iterating at that time 4,000. In the meantime, I believe we have 6,000 packages. Can quickly, or 5,000 packages maybe. And so I'm embarrassingly parallelized that so that it runs like maybe 32 or whatever. I mean, this is nothing, right? Even a freaking gigahertz Athlon could scan 32 TLS connections on web servers a minute or maybe even a second. I could make it less efficient again, but hey, I just embarrassingly parallelized that. And to not trip this bloody rate limit, right? It also, with that, if it is, does it have to have ping 6 here, or I don't have ping 6 here? This sucks. Also, I could, doesn't matter. I, as far as I remember, those big centralized services also often are late with supporting IPv6, because then theoretically I could randomize the IP address. It's like 2023, you need to randomize your, I believe we have a /64 prefix here in the office or whatever. Like, but then they could still detect it, right? It's like not like they're entirely stupid, but theoretically, at least the chances of totally randomizing that and them realizing it is silly to start with, right? I could randomize IPv6, although they probably don't support IPv6. I could use VPN, which obviously, I mean, then the IVPN, if the VPN is not rate limited, it is hilarious. Maybe the most reliable and certainly cheaper than bloody VPN, which I will not spend money on, routed through the Onion Tor network. It's like 2023, you need to run your data AI bot through the Onion network because bloody GitHub rate limits you. Again, I could make it slower, so I could probably, so right now it's on a Ryzen 3950 compute node. I could move data, our AI bot scanning for package updates, I could move it to our ARM office Wi-Fi router, which probably is kind of fast, although not really. I could move it to the not a Wi-Fi but real router, which is an AMD Phenom 2 X4 905 or whatever. Obviously, decade old, slow but faster, at least more memory than the ARM Wi-Fi access point. Theoretically, sure, theoretically it would even save energy, because what does it solve it? I could run it slower there, right? I could basically, maybe it would even make more sense. I mean, sometimes, except ranting of old men yelling at the cloud, theoretically it could even save energy, which obviously is super important these days, moving it to our core. Also, maybe I could probably save more energy upgrading our over 10-year-old central router, AMD Phenom X2 905, whatever. Not X2, is it Phenom 2 X4? Whatever. I probably could save more energy upgrading that to some Ryzen 2700. But I could run it slower, right? Instead of embarrassingly parallel running that, I could run it non-stop. I would need to test if it hits then this bloody rate limit. This also means, because right now, I was wondering why some of our packages are not reliably updated. And that obviously I didn't notice that before, because only today I run into that and realize, hey, wait a minute, I can't right now from my workstation access bloody GitHub. So it also explains, because it's alphabetically scanned, the packages, maybe I should actually randomize that. It's 2023, you need to randomize your update scans, because the problem is, like, if we scan all the A packages, the hundreds or whatever, and then we get rate limited, then we never, like our data AI, if it always runs into this bloody rate limit, then it never updates the packages B to Z or whatever, right? All the other 90%, it is just silly, right? Like, what are the big mega corporations thinking? I mean, and this are normal, like we are scanning this with curl, right? I mean, I have nothing against if they detect hackers, like state actors in Russia also, or the United States, trying to find security vulnerabilities in their bloody web cloud infrastructure stuff. But that is something else than detecting humble, normal users of one of the best Linux distributions, scanning all the bloody archive text and stuff. Anyway, that is silly, that is ridiculous. Probably don't use cloud services. I wonder how many years we can still do that. I guess there might be with mainframes and personal computers, and now back to cloud computing, aka kind of like mainframes, and all the speech recognition and AI stuff going through the cloud, and the big mega corporations like Apple, Google, Microsoft, Facebook and stuff mining all the data out of all your stuff. There probably will be a trend back from mainstream PC cloud back to PC again, I guess, when people grow increasingly tired of all their subscriptions. Some people pay, not only some, I guess all enthusiast power user prosumer people probably, or at least families, pay $100, like many people I know pay 100. I mean, I pay 0. No surprise, right? I have not a single video, movie, whatever, Netflix, whatever subscription. I have no time anyway, I run a Linux distribution. But many people I know spend over $100 a month on cloud stuff. TV stuff, Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, whatever, Apple TV. It also adds up, right? You want Disney, whatever. You want to watch the latest of this, so you need 4 cloud subscriptions, and then you have iCloud storage and Google Drive, whatever. And quickly, I also heard in the United States some digital TV subscription stuff also horrendously expensive. It is absolutely crazy, right? And then you spend over $1,000, if not may more. Even my wife accidentally, like ironically, my wife spends more for cloud subscriptions than I, because she once accidentally enabled it because she couldn't do stuff on her iPhone, constantly popping up like out of storage, whatever, because also the iCloud backup was enabled, so all her 5 GB or whatever free iCloud storage was full with all the family photos. And then she constantly got pop-ups of no storage. And after having this bloody pop-up 5 times, of course she did what every normal sane user would do, is click on the increased storage plan options. So now my wife pays more, whatever that is, the smallest iCloud subscription, plus just because the iPhone and the family photos were full. But now it's annoying her again because now the next storage tier is full with family photos. Amazing stuff. I still need to get her out of that. But now the problem is getting all the bloody photos, and that is the next challenge, right? Now even I have not yet done something to that because I simply have no time and nerves to peel all her bloody whatever gigabyte photos. I would even need to investigate time to review, like, do you need to probably set up Mac and have all this iCloud stuff mirrored to get all the photos. I wouldn't even need to read the freaking manual how to get all the storage. That is a trap, right? That most power users I know spend $100. Yeah, because they got trapped into that, right? They have this and that, they can't easily cancel it because they have some file there and some file there. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this, learned something from maybe don't have video streaming services and just work on your projects. Don't waste your lifetime watching Bollywood movies all day long, and maybe avoid cloud stuff because rate limit, money, breaks anyway. Security vulnerabilities like Western Digital or something, their cloud is down, at least last week. Not sure if they're online again because ransomware or whatever. So yeah, stay away from this cloud stuff, kids. It's don't do this drugs. And I have some work to do now that I believe in the meantime, just before I started this video, I could access it again. So yeah, the future is now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave in the comments below. Have a good day or night, and see you next time. And people agree in the comments, coding too hardcore, that's pretty nuts. Welcome everyone. And can we please re-decentralize the internet? Comment there. We need their own. Yeah, I mean, I do that right. I can not do much more than shout that out. Probably share, like, subscribe, spread the word, and see you next time.